no, Ms.Tuspell. You didn't kill, did you? I mean, you wouldn't be working with her like Sholmes if you did. Well then, perhaps Mr. Sholmes, that man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself? Ah!
I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's a perfectly ordinary London gentleman. Not even a waxwork, in fact.
But, I beg your pardon?
As skillfully made as these waxworks are, they are always distinguishable from real humans.
You're full of crap. How? Especially in a video game where it's, you know, we can't really... It's not like we can see Sholmes' pores.
Could you imagine?
Oh, God.
Allow me to present my two conclusions. The first is that a sizable business transaction has been taking place in this special exhibit.
What?
Why would you say that? No, really, why?
And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is linked to a serious crime.
No! Those are some big accusations, man! She looks as pale as candle wax. Oh, no.
I don't understand.
So, Madame Tuspell, as you've agreed to my fee, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing
this famous detective in his temporary exhibit at work. Here it comes. Yeah, baby!
The game is afoot.
I love it when he does this, even if it is mildly irritating. I want to say obsession, I just met her, but flattery aside, lady, if you did the crime, you're doing the time, but, dump, I'll come see you.
To begin with, we must ask ourselves what exactly is afoot here in the museum.
He says while posed.
The answer is revealed by the bundle of banknotes protruding so helpfully from your bag.
Hey, yo, is that actually a stack of paper?
In my estimation, some 200 pounds.
Oh my God.
That's all my own money.
So what does this large sum of money reveal? Not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would seem.
And you seem to do a lot of casting. Just making wax cast, I guess.
The answer lies where your eyes now fall.
Wait, what?
The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by that public notice. Waxwork for sale. Your business has hit hard times, it would seem. In short, you sold the infamous killer, the centerpiece of your special exhibit, for the sum of 200 pounds.
No!
Now let us explore the next curiosity which we are presented.
I'm not following. What?
Who is this portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor? It would appear the man has suffered a severe shock, the cause of which is clearly known to you. Unfortunately, madame, keeping secrets does not appear to be your forte.
Wow, no, it actually is money. Sholmes was right.
What dealt that man such a shocking blow was, of course,
the 200 pounds? What?
It would appear that you twisted this gentleman around your little finger most effectively.
What are you suggesting?
You strangled him with money?
He rashly agreed to purchase the waxwork for the sum of 200 pounds. And only when he came to hand the money over, did it occur to him what an extraordinary amount he was paying, but the money was no longer in his hands. And the results, the scene seen before us, he collapsed in shock. The killer in this special exhibit fetched a killer price. We can only pray that the gentleman's dreams are not plagued with regret.
I mean, he's not dreaming anymore if he's... I mean, oh, there's still more. I mean, there's always more. But, I mean, is he a wax figure or not? Can we just determine that?
The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider that a problem for a moment.
You cannot possibly.
What immediately strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing over there. Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we must only observe the neckerchief, such as it worn by policemen of a secret sign. Fellow members of the force, that crime is being perpetrated. Yes, this young man is an undercover policeman currently investigating this museum.
I think you're off base.
I know him well, in fact. It's Sergeant John Clay.
What are you talking about?
The man's quite a celebrity. He received triple accolades at last year's policing awards.
Yeah, he's a real celebrity. That's why he's in a wax museum, you numbskull.
But...
Next, we turn our attention to the old man sat before him with a particular unsightly visage. I've been watching closely and he hasn't moved a muscle. Almost, in fact, as if he were a waxwork.
But you...
Your reaction only confirms my suspicion, madame. I noticed it at once. Of course, observe.
He's got a price tag? 3 pounds?
Telltale sign instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the price tag. 3 pence? A tragically low price, you might say. Though perhaps that going rate aged waxworks riddled with cracks.
No, it's a oh my god.
And you sold it to the portly gentleman for an exorbitant 200 pounds. The sort of plunky behavior that's sure to attract the attention of Scotland Yard. Isn't that so, madame?
I do not know. I can't follow the plot anymore.
Yes, the waxwork you sold has already been seized by the police, remaining in their custody as we speak. The old man must be reunited with his grave, the special exhibit, and not a moment too soon.
All right, so that one was a total joke. It's safe to say, Madam might actually be innocent here, and someone stole something from her. Then how do you explain all that moolah? Maybe she doesn't believe in banks. I don't know.
Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle.
Yeah, I want to call it a puzzle. It's kind of one. I shouldn't get too cocky here.
Oh.
There's steam.
Oh, she cracks me up, she does. Maybe in another life. I've stumped you all into silence. That's actually a common feature everywhere I go. People are dumbstruck.
You have, Hurley. You really have. And you obviously upset this young lady in the process. Her cauldron's looking awfully hot.
Young lady, she says, when she's 10 years old.
If I could just bring up one point.
Oh, wait, frick, I'm sorry.
Go on, Mr. Naruhodo. Seems my dialect is infectious.
If I could just bring up one point, Sholmes.
Oh, yes, out with it. That notorious Naruhodo 1 point. I'm all ears, my dear fellow.
1 point? What? According to your deduction, the special exhibit features this old policeman. So that would mean that he's the particularly ruthless murderer, wouldn't it? Doesn't look the part, you know?
A killer policeman. Ottermole.
That's not a thing! You made that up!
It was a mysterious series of murders that rattled the capital only last year. The policeman rushed the scene every time, only to find the culprit had disappeared into the aether.
And it turned out to be the culprit was a policeman himself. A senior officer by the name of Ottermole.
Ottermole. It's a real guy. So you mean that's who the sinister-looking old man is? Really?
Indeed. It is a particular grim face, is it not?
Don't stop, he's a real guy.
Unforgettable, in fact. Yes, I remember that odious countenance only too well.
But 200 pounds is a lot of money for a wax model, you gotta admit. Especially of an old guy. Like, I'm not trying to be like, you know, it's not everyone's favorite.
It would be enough to afford one of the latest steam carriages. That puts things in perspective.
So, a lot of money. Okay. So if you got that kind of cash rolling around to spell, even with the, like, you know, business owners, you know, sometimes it's a labor of love to keep her family tradition going. Having like 200 pounds, I guess, you know, it puts it into perspective.
Is there anything else you wish to add before I melt you down?
Bubbling wax is looking more and more ominous. She wouldn't really do it, right?
The smell of that molten wax is starting to worry.
Mr. Sholmes did more or less just accuse her to her face of a crime with no evidence. I mean, yeah, pulling hot wax is an overreaction, but not undeserved. Oh, yes, it is, but I think I might have to call on your assistance here, Iris, if you would, to take some minor corrections to the great detective's great deductions.
Oh, all right. It's all right. We'll set things straight.
Well, let's get started then.
Before
Ms.Tuspell vents her anger.
No venting in this establishment. It's rather stuffy. That's what I was waiting to hear, my dear fellows. So, Ms.Tuspell, in accordance with our agreement, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously detective and temper exhibit at work. I get, I suppose. Yeah.
All right, friggin'. This is how editors feel. Time to salvage this crap. This script is whack, yo. We'll make the best of it. All right, so first things first. We already know he doesn't change any dialogue here. Why you got all that money? Wait. Oh, we're starting with the public notice. She definitely looked at this direction. It's true.
But I'm not sure she'd sell any of her waxworks, even for 200 pounds.
Oh?
She must pour heart and soul into making them, don't you think? Over and above the wax. If it were me, I wouldn't sell them for nothing.
For that much money, I would. But it seems like that makes me a bad person. No, you're just not, you know, different worldview, it's fine. Well, anyway, I wonder if 200 pounds could have some other significance.
Let's follow that furtive glance again and see if there's anything else that could explain it.
Okay, oh, wow. That was easy.
What's the note doing pinned on the wall?
Let's see. Dear Ms.Tuspell, we've taken the prisoner from this room. The price for his safe return is 200 pounds. Oh my God. Have the money ready by... Oh! She's being extorted? No! Not my vaguely French lady that's like 100 years old in retrospect. It's kind of creepy, but she's so hot. What? It's like some sort of thing that's left behind when, you know, friggin' Arsene Lupin, you get it?
It's a ransom note.
Exactly. So that's probably F&N. Come on. Sholmes, be reasonable.
Take that!
That's where her gaze was actually going. You know, you can't follow, you know, body language. It's hard to judge. The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by the ransom note.
Quite so. And we must congratulate these criminals on their penmanship. And their inventiveness abducting a waxwork.
Ah,
200 pounds is no small ransom fee. Yet you clearly intended to pay it.
The model in question has special importance. So I put together all the money I have.
Oh no!
In summary, then, the 200 pounds you have in your handbag is ransom money. Now, let us explore the next curiosity which we are presented. Who is this portly gentleman?
All right, yeah. Why is he on the ground? What does he have to do with this? What dealt the man a shocking blow was the money. I don't agree. So if the waxwork was kidnapped, where does that leave us in terms of who this man is?
Who could just ask him when he comes around?
I think the point of this exercise is to understand the beauty of deduction. So, yeah, I guess he's not dead, so that's good.
Oh, you're right. Hurley's trying so hard. We mustn't let him down.
No, that's so cute.
We'll just play along, just a little longer, Naruhodo.
There's no doubt that he suffered a shock. That seems clear. But in that case, what's Ms.Tuspell trying to hide? Let's have a clear look around. Don't mind if I do. My gosh, you got the longest hair in the world. Look at that. Oh my God, this entire room is like 3D modeled. Well, 3D. But still, I mean, that's considerable effort for what, the 3DS? Like, dang. Wait, what is that? I swear I wasn't trying to look at her butt! What the frickin'? What is that? Excuse me? She's holding a hand?
This is just Madame Tuspell's right hand, isn't it?
Not exactly. I can clearly see her left hand after all.
But wait a minute. Look at the left hand, look.
Don't say such creepy things, Iris.
No, really, just look at it. It's stiff. It's, like, really tough.
I guess she works with her hands a lot.
It's a tough job, this is.
Do you mean it's made of wax? You got a wax hand on you, lady. What's going on with that?
Take that!
What the dump? Why would you be carrying that? Oh, no. All right, our job is to get a non-guilty verdict, but is this lady even attached to the case? We don't know yet. What's going on? What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the waxwork hand.
Indeed, with a solid waxwork limb, one could deliver a very substantial blow.
How could you?
The hand protruding from the bottom of your cape.
Ought to be a right hand, but closer inspection reveals it's actually a left.
Oh, you were looking at my behind.
I'm sorry.
And somewhat masculine as well.
Hey!
In other words, it does not belong to you, madame. It is the hand of a waxwork model.
That's witch-like, I guess. So out with... Oh my god! Why were you hiding that?
Some of the visitors in the museum can be troublesome. They meddle with the exhibits and cause damage.
So you mean that arm was... your...
Yes. This gentleman saw fit to try and remove it as a souvenir.
I can't believe... So you knocked him out?
No small keepsakes, I see.
Yeah, I guess they don't have a gift shop. It's like taking a whole branch of a cherry tree when you go to visit the blossom. I mean, is that assault? I mean, it is a property. I don't know the law as well as I should.
I'm afraid I do teach the man a lesson.
I guess. Oh my god. You confronted the man and tried to take back the arm.
And the result, the scene we see before us. He's been knocked unconscious. And a point we may have to revisit later. But for the time being, we have a conclusion.
But we don't see his other arm. Is that his? No, that's his left arm that we're seeing.
Yes, the killer in this exhibit has been kidnapped.
Where'd he go? What the dump? I'm surprised Ms.Tuspell was so accommodating to our little rants there. Are we all done? That wraps it up.
The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider that problem for a moment.
You cannot possibly.
Oh, I can. What immediately strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing over there.
Oh yeah, I guess we haven't addressed this part of it yet.
Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only observe that...
No, come on, Sholmes. According to Mr. Sholmes, the yellow neckerchief is assigned to other policemen that some crime is underway.
A way of communicating with his colleagues without revealing his identity, yes.
It's a secret that's closely guarded by Scotland Yard. Huh. Mr. Sholmes didn't hesitate to give it away, so... Something tells me they might have to change up the color to like a turquoise or something.
Well, uncovering secrets is any true detective's nature, of course.
Right. Anyway, judging from Madame Tuspell's reaction to Mr. Sholmes' seduction, I think perhaps we might have to identify the man quite correctly. Oh. Well, how about that? I mean, the sign says statues. Please. Wait, statues available? Oh, I guess they do have a gift shop. What the? How could I have seen this plot twist coming?
Oh, that settles it then.
Right, this is not a real guy. His entire arm's been ripped off from his shoulder down. Wait, his arm's been... Of course, that ties in with what we just found. So...
Take that!
Yeah, take that, Sholmes. Think about it for a minute. I mean, I know I've never met the guy, but I think, you know, he most likely isn't a robot. Who is this fellow? Find the answer, we need only observe the shoulder stub.
No such boneless human walks this earth. Of that, I can assure you. In other words, the man standing here, the young Sergeant J. Clay, John Clay, I call him, but, you know, I abbreviated J, is in fact, defying all odds, a waxwork model.
I seem to remember it was you who concluded he was a real person, Mr. Naruhodo. You have backbone. He's actually sticking up for some. Sholmes, that's what you said earlier. Nobody likes someone who nags. Hush up, Naruto.
He has become quite a celebrity in London, being the winner of no less than 3 policing awards. I simply had to make a model of the man.
But he didn't die. Isn't that your whole thing?
Naturally. What other explanation could there be?
And it was this detective's arm that was pulled off by the man on the floor in the special exhibit. Is that it?
Next, we turn our attention to the old man sitting.
Okay, and he's just insulting him, saying how ugly he is and how he's made of wax and how he's cheap. $3 wax statue. Could you imagine? Well, I guess 3 pounds are different. I guess that'd be like $300. I don't know. Not that bad, I guess. A killer policeman. Ottermole, was it?
It was all over the papers last year. Can't say I know what he actually looks like, though. It's a very low price. 3 pence isn't much money.
Okay, so I think it is the equivalent of maybe $3 nowadays. Who knows?
Well, actually, Johnny, I looked up the exchange rate, and you're...
It's like, oh, you know what, man? Fair, but I don't care to look it up myself. Only enough for a few measly hours of gas in Mr. Garrideb's delightful lodgings. Okay, so it's probably like actually 3 pennies. There's the special killer taken from the special exhibit? Waxwork that somebody stole from the museum and tried to ransom. Wait, so there's a ransom? Like what the dump? Is this crusty old killer Ottermole? Really?
Perhaps we should have a good look around and see what the fuss is. Well, there he is, tapping his toe. He's twitching.
So, how did Sholmes not see that? Well, we didn't see that from the forced perspective. It tells us sign that instantly proves whether or not an old waxwork is wax or not. Is this? He's moving. Come on, guys. Even the most realistic waxworks don't exhibit a twitch. I'm pretty sure.
In other words, this splendid, delightful old gent is a genuine member of Scotland Yard.
There's a slight shift in the paradigm here, Sholmes. I think you should reflect on that.
And there you have it. Well, Madame Tuspell?
Well, what? It was me who contacted the police and demanded that someone come in the first place.
Okay.
He's clearly fatigued. He is sound asleep, no?
But then, what's this tag about his 3 pence?
No doubt the price tag of the muffler, which the old Bobby purchased recently at a local market.
And I presume you observed the scarf. I actually didn't. I just now noticed that.
Does that not strike you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, the secret sign. Used by detectives to show that some criminal activity is currently underway. But currently...
Of course. Because as you know, there's just a criminal activity happening here. As you deduced from the very beginning, Detective.
I never fail, do I? So it would seem that we finally arrive at the truth. You're welcome.
Okay. The waxwork of the especially ruthless killer from the special exhibit
has been kidnapped.
I feel so bad for the lady. We are wasting time. We could be just investigating. What the?
And Scotland Yard are already investigating.
Are they? Are they, though?
But the model's whereabouts remain a mystery. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' greatest deduction yet. The horrifying puzzle. My bill will be in the mail.
But no, Sholmes, we didn't do anything yet.
You could just pay in advance, you know. You clearly have the dough.
Simply elementary. I think that was the easy. The one in the ship was really hard in retrospect. These get easier as they go. Maybe that's just I got kind of lucky. I kind of did luck out looking over. I'm just gonna stop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but
all sorts of people visit my museum here. Men and women, young and old. Sometimes they drop in for just a short time on their way back from the pub. I welcome them all. But if anyone tries to damage my exhibits, I do not take it lightly.
I mean, that is your livelihood. Truly. Understandable.
Anyway.
Oh! Oh, hey, she's all smiles.
Your great deduction was even more enchanting than I would let to believe.
I owe nothing at all, lady. It was a pleasure, my dear madam. I'm gratified that you enjoyed the spectacle. Oh my god, get a room. And for your rough customer, I have no doubt he'll regain consciousness shortly and return home. What concerns me is the waxwork from the special display. It was indeed genuinely abducted.
Are you calling her a liar? Calling her a fibber? What?
Yes, tragically it was.
Then I would ask you to recount us the events surrounding the stolen waxwork. In as much detail as possible, if you please.
Well, you could have just led with that, very well. But after I've told you what I know, I must insist you return to your work.
What? Huh? Why? The talents of a great detective could be put to better use, I feel. But as you wish.
This is getting a little weird. Ms.Tuspell. Hopefully, those non-manly hands of yours are, clean of blood. What's going on here? Tell us more about the stolen waxwork.
It was some days ago now. When I came in here one morning, I immediately noticed that a waxwork was missing from the special exhibit.
Okay.
It's your most prominent display. That's why the curtains were closed. And I found the ransom note in its place.
Colton must have broken in during the night and taken it, I see.
So this waxwork that was stolen, it was a model of some horrible criminal, I suppose.
Who, though?
A particularly horrible criminal, in fact.
One that might have, ruined the life of a certain baron, maybe?
The killer who left a more profound scar on society than any other. I would say the professor.
Not a name I've heard before. Wait, professor? What? Hold up. We are supposed to be defending a professor? What are the odds?
Mr. Naruhodo, it seems the circle is complete.
No it is not.
The professor case happened around the same time as I was born, didn't it?
Indeed it did, Iris. Indeed it did. 10 years ago, a series of murders that rocked the capital.
10 years, huh?
Exactly the time that Baron von Zieks graduated from university.
Dude, I was right. No.
So the big event that changed Mr. Reaper's life?
Yes, I'm afraid. As you surmised, it was the professor case.
Professor? Who is this professor? The dumb! What's up with this game professors and universities? Oh my god!
It was a series of gruesome murders that had all of London gripped in terror a decade ago. After 5 victims were killed, the man was arrested and put to death.
Okay. I mean, 5 is a lot. 5 too many, yeah.
Now he's immortalized here in the wax for all of London to admire and enjoy. Though, of course, he happens to be absent at present on account of the abduction.
But I don't understand. How's all this related to Van Zieks? It's just a wax statue.
You must first understand, my dear fellow, why it is that the professor earned such infamy.
All right, recount his whole life story, I guess.
It was due to the victims he chose, some of Whitehall's finest.
What do you mean, Hurley?
Those murdered by the professor were some of the highest members of the British aristocrats, members of the nobility, even royalty. It sent shockwaves through the country's administration.
Members of the... Oh no. What Professor Hairbrain said, or Van Zieks was family of royalty, noble blood.
Oh gosh.
It was the 5th victim that led the professor's arrest. The last of the killer's prey was a young noble by the name of Clint Van Zieks.
I don't believe it. He had a brother? Dude!
I'm sure you can piece together the rest for yourself and not blurt it out, because we already know everything. In the wake of this older brother's murder, the young Baron pursued a career of prosecution, and eventually became the Reaper we know today.
I had no idea. He's had such a tragic past. And let me guess, was this professor? He had to be from Japan, dude.
I'm afraid that's all I can say on the matter, for the time being at least. After all, I have work to do. Oh yeah! As a waxwork addition.
Exhibit, yes. Okay, I'll handle things from here. Hey, buddy, wake up! Hey! Wake up! Come on, wake up! Yeah! Come on! God dang, he's fast asleep. You sure he's not dead, Tuspell? Gee.
I'm afraid I shall have to excuse myself as well.
Oh, yes. It's been so much a pleasure. Thank you. Goodbye. All right, let's move on. What to do now? Well, none of the predicted scenarios I've been analyzing involved you coming to visit me here. Predicted scenario? Oh, whoa.
It's been far too long, it really has. I'm delighted to see you, Baron.
Baron? Wait, what do you call him? Was that Baroque? Baroque. That's a nice little name he's got.
It's been 10 years. And here we are meeting in a prison of all places. I can't forgive myself for what happened to Mr. Admin. I just can't. I still can't believe it could happen.
Tomorrow the court will decide.
Yes. I have a young Eastern man acting as my defense. He seems reliable enough, though. Yes, it was an accident, a terrible accident. He assures me he can prove it.
I must warn you.
Oh, I know, I've heard already. You're gonna prosecute me, aren't you?
Yes.
Since I returned to England, what's an England? I've heard lots of stories. Barrack, are you really?
What?
Never mind. I know they had my best interests at heart.
My friend is on trial. I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else.
Oh my god. The flattery.
Of course, I fully understand. Thank you, Baroque.
Until tomorrow, then. I'll see you in court.
Mic drop. Boom! Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. I mean, they always are. Except that one. You know which one I'm talking about, with the goddamn stinging penguin? Oh my god, that was... Oh, wait, I don't think that ever even happened. Well, putting that aside, here we are. Let's just get in there. I feel like we got some clue. No, we effing don't. I don't know I'm so worried about. We could enter here if we, don't have them all, but still, not a lot to go on. Can't believe it's been 6 months since I was last allowed. Oh, yeah, we're rusty. Like, in-universe. And here I am back at the Old Bailey. Didn't miss that smell. Oh, my god.
Mr. Naruto.
Good morning, Professor.
I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. The atmosphere pressure in here is off the charts. Never felt anything like it. It's crushing me.
Feels like that every time I'm here, actually. That's just the gravity of the situation.
Well, this is Britain's highest court. But are you telling me it's fitted with some kind of device that can actually control air pressure?
No, I don't. I think it's probably all in your head, sir.
No, I understand. Well, let me down with all you... Will you, Mr. Naruto? I'm counting on you in today's trial. Save my life, please! To save the secret of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
I'm also gonna save you, dude! I understand. I know what I have to do. Do a little dance. I have to establish the explosion 2 days ago was nothing more than an unfortunate accident. Yeah, you didn't plan it. And there's still that screwdriver with the A on it. Then again, was it pliers? I don't remember. When you think about it, all pliers are shaped like an A.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, really. Justice will prevail.
My commiserations, Mr. Naruto? You appear to have been lumbered with some most tiresome case here. Oh. Hey, Sholmes. I really didn't expect to see you here. He's only appeared twice.
This is very mean, Bruno. Leaving me alone at home with Mr. Hurley. It took me at least an hour to wake him.
Aww. You good, dude? Are you a fan of Herlock Sholmes? Or is it Iris?
Herlock Sholmes! Yep, that's my name. I am here.
Herlock Sholmes.
I heard all about your exploits, sir, and even whilst living in Germany. Oh, is that right?
Yes, Rats Magazine is on sale in Germany as well.
The month's installment was sublime. Your deduction in the adventure of the Silver Blaze was wonderful. Oh, goodness, you flatter me, sir. A memorable case indeed. It concerned a snake, I seem to recall. Not exactly.
No, that was the speckled band, Hurley. How could you forget? You're the one that did it.
Anyway, thanks for coming. I do appreciate your support. You're going to support me, right?
Who could say?
No, he's not that evil.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, my dear fellow, but I'm afraid I can't stay.
Oh, that's all right.
I have an urgent business on Ms.Tuspell.
You mean your day job that you slept in?
No. The waxwork abduction, of course. Madam has arranged for my services.
Oh, well, that's good. So you're trying to get to the bottom of the ransom note, are you? For a moderate fee? Not no exorbitant?
This week's wages depend on it, and as the safe return of the waxwork, naturally. As such, I intend to give it my undivided attention.
Well, never mind that. I understand.
Now, of course, with my skills of observation and reasoning, resolving the matter will be easy as proverbial pie.
Right.
I shall return forthwith. For until I solve the case, I shall have no money to afford a pie of any description.
Pie can be quite the motivator, I guess?
Then you must absolutely give it your full attention, Hurley.
Quite right, Iris, quite right. My life is riddled with irony, you know?
About a what? Dude, you gotta get to your job! What are you doing?
Whenever I gave something my full attention, I have quite insatiable desire for pie. One of the universe's intractable mysteries, you might say. Yes, quite definitely. Absolutely, I totally understand where you're coming from.
Is someone a little starstruck? I mean, I get it, I guess?
I wish you the very best of luck, Professor Harebrain. Thank you. I'll try not to say anything stupid. Fine depart, Mr. Naruto. A word in your ear, if you please.
Okay. What's going on, big guy?
As you have remarkably little grounding in science, I feel I ought to inform you. As compelling as the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis hypothesis may be, a practical implementation such as was attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibit is quite impossible.
But he demonstrated it was a success, I thought.
Yes, it would appear that he fervently believes it was, but the reality of the situation...
I've read Professor Harebrain's papers about it too, Bruno, and I really must say, I'm sure it can't be done. It could barely be done theoretically, let alone practically.
So he didn't do his homework. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's a hack? No. No! So he's completely barking up the wrong tree here. How could an experiment that had no possibility of succeeding, in fact, succeed? That's contradictory. It's gotta be something with these models. Or, I don't know, he faked it. Why would he fake it? Why would he lie to me?
And it's that contradiction that will be the heart of the trial, I've no doubt.
What's that supposed to mean, Sholmes? You saw these papers? Why am I gonna see them?
Now I must really be off. I wish you the best of luck, my dear fellow. Again.
See you later, Hurley. Hope you go do it. Actually, I don't know what to say. Good luck, I guess. I don't think that'll help, though. Looks like you're the only on our own today, Bruno. But chin up, you can do it.
Well, what about you, Iris?
Well, I'm your partner, am I not? I'm afraid I can't help. I have something I need to do.
So we're actually going in solo? Oh, well, hey, at least things coming up for the lobby.
I'm going to be a big surprise for you when you find out what it is.
Excuse me? That sounds ominous. Jesus Christ, Iris. I get in here, you bloke. All right, going in. I want to read that every time, I'm sorry. An experiment that the laws of science say can't possibly succeed. And a scientist who convinced that it did. That's the riddle you have to unlock here. That's the key to the case. Okay. I mean, what are the chances that Mr. Odious Man, right, did this to fake his death? So get away from, you know, potentially getting caught again, right? Oh my god, look at these characters. Is that girl got corn? What?
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare the court's now in session. We're sitting today for the public trial of Professor Harebrain. I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution. My voice is cracking today, I don't know why.
Prosecution is ready.
I'm good to go too. Yeah. In 6 months of practice. It seems I've forgotten the opening lines, and what's more, oh no! I'm going in solo. No Sasato today. Or Iris. It's just my imagination, or is the air in here even more oppressive than usual? Oh, he is by himself. This is the first time ever, I think.
I must say, God dang it, I got a frog in my throat now. Hold on a second. There we go. I recollect the victim of this case all too well, Mr. JohneAwesome. It's an odious man. I figured it out off screen.
Mr. Osmond was now known as a financier. Though that was merely a front for his diverse criminal activities.
It was only a month ago that the man appeared in court prosecuted by you, Lord Van Zeeks, by the jury and unanimously found him not guilty. Downside of that jury thing, I reckon, is you got bribed.
Yeah, that was the sounds of it. These powerful London criminals are prepared to go to the extreme lengths to get their freedom. I mean, if they have the power, why not? They've already done so much evil.
About 2 days ago on 21st October, Asmund met his end. The work of the Reaper, was it?
Well, this is a court. Let's assess the facts. If that is how your lordship would describe it, divine retribution. But the facts remain that Osmond's death was a direct result of the actions of the accused, Professor Harebrain.
All right, then. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been selected at random, hopefully, to represent the will of the people. Are the 6 of you all ready to fulfill society's duty?
Oh my god, look at this guy.
I'm most gratified to have been selected to carry out this important civil duty, my lord.
Ah, to have a man's fate in the palm of one's hand. Oh gosh, oh golly, it sends shivers down my spine. I like the idea of her being very sarcastic, but no, in truth, she's just playing it all straight. Is it something I said? No, it's just awful. I don't want anything to do with that. What the frick?
Science experiment. No, that doesn't work. Hold up. Science experiments, magic, conjuring tricks, courtroom trials are all or nothing more than performances.
Is this really what people looked like back then?
Any spurious scholar that defiles the reputation of science deserves to hang.
You're not even old enough to be here. What the?
We have to listen to what you said on both sides and fence then, set on one, that's it, innit?
Wait, you're here too? You gotta be kidding me. What is up with this? Oh, no, is it a different guy? I don't know.
Wasn't like that in my day. Wasn't like this at all.
Why is the 6th guy always a sleepy old man? He was the police killer Automole lookalike dude. What is it? I guess his name doesn't matter, and he's exhausted. A lot of good he's gonna be.
Oh, we're smacking the desk now? Okay, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're all aware, the incident where we're to judge today tragically took place at the Great Exhibit shortly after opening.
Oh, the death toll could have been far worse. With the exception of the victim, no one was killed. Nevertheless, the dream of the science being exhibited rapidly turned into a nightmare for the spectators.
A tragic turn of events. And as such, the eyes of London, the whole world will be on this trial. It's our duty to reach a swift conclusion, I feel. Okay. So, your opening statement, Van Zieks.
It's not, a shocker he's gonna say.
At the heart of this incident is technology never before demonstrated anywhere in the world.
Well, it's science, the latest developments, I take it. Government's keen to, capitalize on them bright fellows in the technology sector, I reckon.
Yes, the tech being demonstrated by the accused was ascribed to super high voltage instantaneous kinesis.
Good Lord, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, a lot of syllables. It's designed to disassemble human subjects by extremely high voltage electricity and beam them instantaneously to another location where they're subsequently reassembled.
Oh my God. Okay, is that even possible?
Well, I don't believe it. That's for sure.
Disassembling people with electricity? My goodness. How shocking. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. That's awful.
Huh. The whole idea is absurd. Hypothesis would never stand up to scrutiny.
Oh, you're an expert in the field, I guess?
I believe you're a fellow of the Royal Society, are you not? Are you an expert or...
I am. And my word on the matter can be considered final. Instantaneous kinesis is poppycock.
It seems like the majority feel that. So this expert and Sholmes are in agreement. It's impossible. That's a great opening, isn't it?
What is the prosecution's view on the matter?
The prosecution would assert that the accused innocent kinesis demonstration was a success.
Huh? What?
What rot?
A lot of top hats today in the jury.
The professor's hypothesis is currently under investigation by the British government. It is deemed of merit. A substantial research grant would be made available. The accused made use of the invention built on this hypothesis to take Mr. Osmond's life, in order to be the sole benefactor of the grant.
Oh, that's your angle. But, I mean, he was already supplying him with funds. He was the investor. What's more important, an investor or the grant? I guess it's all about the money.
This disastrous demonstration was no accident, and was carefully designed from the outset to end the life of the victim.
So it's a success in that respect. Dang it. I mean, that's a good point. I'm kind of warming up to Van Zieks, but he totally hates Japanese people. And, that's obviously bad, but he's becoming less unreasonable as time goes on. I mean, that's how characters develop, right? Shouldn't be a shock.
Thank you, Van Zieks. The prosecution's stance is clear, but you will now bring forth witnesses to substantiate your claims.
All right. Gladly, my lord.
Who's up first? And who's on first?
Bailiff, show them to the stand.
And hey, Greggy. Welcome back. We sure haven't seen a lot of each other lately.
State your name and occupations, if you will.
Yeah, no problem. It's Detective Gregson, Inspector Scotland Yard, Homicide Division. You heard it a billion times. I was on duty at demonstration the day in question in charge of following the investigation.
Albert Harebrain, scientist.
Right. That was straightforward. You were born in England, but have been carrying out research in Germany, is that right?
Yes, that's right. After graduating from university here in Britain, I work in Germany and made an amazing discovery, which was brought me back, and I demonstrated my incredible hypothesis at the Great Exhibition.
Yeah, what you demonstrated was incredible, all right. Incredibly explosive. Where's my laugh track at? That was a zinger.
But the science was a success. The instantaneous kinesis worked. Everyone saw it. They must have done. There was a terrible accident, but the demonstration of my hypothesis was a success.
Yeah, that much is undeniable. As shown in the photograph taken by a forensic team. Ah, there he is. It's not, it says at Crystal Tower.
The centerpiece of the exhibit, no less. Wow.
But look at that. Look at his like chest there. The heck is that? There's no way he reassembled perfectly, except nope, heart's on the wrong side. Whoopsies. No, that would be the right side. And that is where his heart is. Interesting.
That's right, my lord. Seemed the victim rammed straight into the sucker. Goddamn tower took forever to build. Son of a gun.
I see. All right, submit the photo as evidence.
Let me see this crap. I can't yet. Dang it.
As the court heard, the victim of the incident was Mr. JohneAwesome. There have been a number of allegations made against the man, but putting them aside for the time being, he was the man who financed research the experiment and demonstration itself.
Surmise the situation. The defendant is accused of taking the man's life who funded his work. Wow. And he's got motive too.
Yeah, that's about it.
Couldn't it be that the explosion was caused by some malfunction in the apparatus used for the demonstration?
That's right. That must be my splitter machine. My poor splitter machine. You saw yesterday, didn't you? Couldn't even examine the wreckage thanks to a special disposition for Scientific Equipment Act. What? Well, what are we the wreckage? It's a wreck, is it?
That being the case, how can the facts be established? How can it possible determine whether this was an accident or deliberate or malicious act?
Extremely simply, my lord.
I beg your pardon?
Isn't that right, witness?
Just tell the truth, Hairbrain. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Oh, well, sorry, me? I didn't call my name, I did.
No, your neighbor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was murder, plain and simple. Anyone could state that with complete certainty.
Anybody? How can he be so certain? He's gotta have a reason.
I think we had better proceed to formal testimony, all right? You'll explain to the court on what grounds you claim the experiment have been a front for murder.
Yeah, shouldn't be too tough. Come on. I kind of want to believe the guy. Well, I mean, I have to, but you know, like, in his head, he thinks it was possible. But why? Maybe it just sucks. I don't know.
The course was sent crashing through the Crystal Tower with a broken neck.
Broken neck?
I made a minor miscalculation of the angle of the beam, and that's all. It was a mistake. But the post-mortem examination revealed another injury. A fatal one. There was a lesion in his chest where he'd clearly been stabbed by something sharp. And the heart. So the victim was killed before he went anywhere. This fella's the only one who could have done it.
Ooh. Well, if you crash through a window, right?
Extraordinary business. This is... In addition to suffering a broken neck, the victim was stabbed in the heart. Wow.
And Scotland Yard determined that for a fact, right? Information I really like to have up front. Oh boy.
Coroner said death would have been all of an instant from a wound like that.
You could say, in fact, that the victim was killed twice by the accused.
No, that's not the Daily Double. That could be farther from the truth. I've had the experiment plan documented submitted to security team. There you go. Check this out. So you stand here, all right? It's called the bug cage, and you get ready to be beamed instantly. So was it? And you go pop, boop. There he is. So second level of the Crystal Tower, about 25 yards away.
Okay.
The experiment did not go according to plan, however.
Okay. Oh, it tilted up.
As the machine was put in operation, there was a large explosion. That blast caused the beam transmitted a point higher than intended.
And this can't be real.
The kinesis resulted in the birdcage materializing in mid-air.
Oh.
Where it subsequently fell, crashing through the glass of the tower.
I mean, I guess, but...
My word. One assumes the victim's neck was broken upon impact.
so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. The machine was just too powerful. Honestly, really, I swear. It was just an accident. A terrible accident.
Unfortunately, that excuse can't save you.
No, not considering the sharp murder weapon is placed in the fella's heart.
But what is this bird cage? I didn't get a good look at it.
Murder weapon? What are you saying?
This autopsy report submitted by the coroner. The prosecution would like it entered in the court record.
All right, give me this stuff. I need to read. Come on, try and win this thing, bro. For Harebrained and Van Zeke's friendship. I mean, I don't know.
I was there in person, you know. I saw the whole ludicrous performance. And the only older person on stage with asthma was a disgraceful excuse for a scientist.
Then really, by all accounts, it must have been him.
Oh, hard to think otherwise, really.
Very well, counsel. To the defense, proceed with a cross-examination.
I just realized this Abraham Lincoln voiced it. It's going from playthrough to playthrough, and we don't know what Abraham Lincoln sounded like. Why do I think he sounds that way? Anyway, my lord, yes, I need to focus here and stop thinking about fictitious Abraham Lincoln giving the Gettysburg. It hasn't even happened yet. I mean, it might have happened. Yes, it did happen. Okay, it's been a while. God. Frickin'. Let's move on. Focus on the facts. Focus on the facts. Also, read the court record. I should do that before I do anything. Okay. Let's see these new things. Nationality, British. Ugh. I mean, I'm sorry. Anyway, hemorrhage of a... I love Britain. Why'd I shiver? Hemorrhage of a wound to the chest that pierced the heart, inflicted by sharp implement. They don't say glass exactly. A broken vertebrae, most likely result from impact with a sudden fall. What are the chances that that the explosion just sent the bird cage? It didn't like teleport, it just flew. That's still on the table, I think. And coroner Courtney Seath. Like Sith? Courtney. Okay. Anyway, what else we got? It's kind of like no music here. It's sort of eerie. No, nothing really. Yeah, if there was a bit of glass, I mean, might have been long enough to stick in there. Weird. Oh well, whatever. Carry on.
Course that went crashing through the crystal tire, a broken neck.
Fair. Okay.
I made a minor calculation in the angle of the beam projection. That's all. It was a mistake. Okay.
This fatal wound. Talk about it. There's a lesion in his chest. Just stabbed by something sharp. What else? What's going on with this? The defense knew nothing of this crucial information.
The prosecution received the report from the forensic team only this morning. That was the first we knew of it as well. I can only apologize for the impossibility of informing the defense.
I mean, that's not your job, but sarcastic and insincere, thanks. So what is the nature of the sharp object?
Among the accused tools that were in the use at the demonstration, one is of particular interest.
Oh.
This.
Yeah, that appeared to be some kind of screwdriver.
There it is. My trusty little companion, Andrew. You gonna load this guy, you see this crap? I gotta put on this every day, you know? I know it's cracked up to be.
Andrew. Okay. Of course. Andrew, the handy screwdriver. I thought it was pliers. What?
Do you know each other already? He's one of my dearest friends. Like all my tools. I've named them all, you know. We're one big happy family.
That is odd.
Isn't it, though? Andrew's my flathead screwdriver pal, of course. His brother Michael's the crosshead one. They are often at odds with each other, but I love them both.
It would appear that your beloved Andrew has a red stain on the shank, man.
Oh. Then that's the murder weapon.
It's blood. Beyond all reasonable doubt.
You gotta be kidding.
Oh, that's not all. The long sharp blade of this Andrew fella. It's completely consistent with the victim's wounds.
I hate it here. I hate it so much. I have a migraine. Oh my god. Hairbrain. How is this possible?
Or there. Oh my god. Y'all are talkative today. Anyway, the court will enter this friend of the defendant as evidence.
We're doomed. We're so doomed. One of Professor Hairbrain's tools is the murder weapon. Great. Hey, who's the commentator, Naruhodo? God dang it. Okay. Let me see this crap. Yeah, that's looking pretty bad. Oh my god. This is blood. Asmon's blood, no doubt. This is the problem with looking at murder weapons. What? What? Didn't give us anything? Okay, look at the A. I've seen this unusually shaped handle before. It's the same screwdriver's lodged in the grill of the floor of the kinesis machine, which could be important information. Should definitely make note of it. Oh, okay, great. But if it was in the grill, that means either, you know, Hairbrain hid it. That's a really cruddy place to hide it. Or something else happened. But if there were really only 2 people up there, so the victim was killed before he went anyway, and the fella's the only one who could have done it. Hold it! Okay, let's talk about that. What grounds do you have for saying that? Do we really need to ask? There were only 2 people on that public experiment stage in front of the whole crowd. So you say. Could you miss somebody?
The victim, Mr. JohneAwesome, and the accused, Professor Hairbrain. We know for certain that before the experiment, the victim was alive. That's right. I saw him with my own eyes. Furthermore, following the explosion in kinesis, nobody went anywhere near that body.
Right. Gregson knows.
In other words,
Oh my god! That scared the dump out of me! Good Scott! Is that what you sound like?
Jesus Christ, I'm talking here, man. In other words, someone else on stage, the victim could have possibly have done it.
So did you know, Hairbrain? Let's hear your testimony. Don't interrupt Gregson. He has issues with public speaking, okay? He has a problem, you know? Just be polite. Do you have some information about this? You want to tell the whole class? Hairbrain. Professor, please!
Oh, hey, sorry. Sorry.
What?
I was just calculating the optimum coefficient of the electrolysis to separate the molecule of the human body.
Can you please focus here? And the witness stand is the best place for this, right? This is a very important day.
But science waits for no man. Yeah.
Okay. Seems as though you might have something to say on the current topic. About Inspector Gregson's latest remark.
Yeah, I can calculate that, and the square root of pi! Yes, that's it! Of course! He just said that nobody else could have done it, didn't he?
Yeah. That's about it. Who could have stabbed a victim but you, huh?
I don't know. But there's no way that I could possibly have stabbed Mr. Asmon, as you know.
Because there's so many eyewitnesses? What? Explain.
Of course, this cold-hearted policeman may not be aware, I suppose, but humans are warm-blooded mammals with blood running continuously through their veins.
Yeah, I heard about as much. I've seen my fair share of blood.
Then surely, you see, if I'd plunged something the size of Andrew into the man's chest, the whole stage would have been a bloodbath, no, a blood swimming pool.
Also, he's got a white coat. You know, that's a good defense, right?
But thousands of Londoners were watching me at the time, and yet no one of them claims to have seen a swimming pool of blood, or a trail of blood of any kind.
He's doing a good job defending himself. What the?
Now you mention it, yeah, see? Not one.
Yeah, true, I didn't see anything like that.
He's having fun. Well done, Professor. Dude, he's defending himself. Good counter-argument. Let's effing go. Hairbrain. Doing my work just for me. Yay. I don't think, but at the same time, Van Zeeks has to do his job, too.
But forgive the discourtesy if I savor a drop from the hallowed chance to accompany my old friends abducing. Sorry.
I don't think he'd say sorry.
As to you, Albert.
Oh, sorry, I don't drink since college. You're too kind, Baroque. But I'm really not at a patch on you. Oh, there he goes. He did that back at school, too.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. What?
You've neglected to mention one crucial possibility.
I did I miss a coefficient somewhere?
A particular situation in which very little bleeding would result from a stab wound.
Of course, you left the knife in.
Inspector, enlighten the court, please.
Yes, sir.
Wait, what are you talking about? Was there like a... Oh, right, he built the stage. He could have... There's mesh at the bottom. That's where we found the... Oh.
You will amend your testimony, Gregson.
Okay.
The weapon of victim's stab must have been left in the body whilst he was beamed through the air.
No, it wasn't. We found it at the scene, you silly. I don't even have to press for more. I got him. You say the weapon remained in the body. That's why there's very little bleeding. Is that equivocal?
Look, man, I don't like these big dumb words, alright? I mean, I'm big and dumb, but god dang, I don't like, there's no blood on the experimentation stage, even though that's where the victim was stabbed. The only explanation for that is the screwdriver was still in the bod.
But it wasn't found in the body by forensics lab, or like the crime scene.
It's common medical knowledge. Leave the blade in, unless it's poisoned, I guess, but that's neither near nor there.
Yeah, about the screwdriver. Thing is, we actually saw in the crime scene on the experimentation stage.
You did what?
It was on the floor by the wreckage of the machine, poking through a metal grill, actually. But the metal grill... I mean, the blood still has to go somewhere. I went to pick it up, but the detective here stopped me. So he's seen it himself. Isn't that right, Inspector? You can vouch.
Well... now you gotta mention it, yeah.
Inspector, are we to understand you permitted the defense to investigate? That you contravened the special disposition for scientific equipment.
No, not at all. I wouldn't do that. I just let him look. Nothing else. He was touching with his eyes. That's it. You know.
Yeah, that's true. The screwdriver was in plain sight on the stage itself. But it shouldn't have been, should it?
What? What are you getting at?
If the tool had still been in the victim's body when the victim was beamed away by the machine, then it shouldn't have still been on the stage, yeah.
Well, who knows how that crazy machine works?
That's right, it should have been beamed across the Crystal Tower, too. And we have evidence to support that, and still lodged in the man's chest. Your assertion sucks, sir. Sorry. No hard feelings. It's just the facts.
Order? Oh, man. Can you explain that, Inspector?
I can't. I messed up. I'm sorry. What do you want from me?
Looks as though everything that the victim had on his person moved with him when he was beamed. If the screwdriver was still in his chest when the instantaneous kinesis occurred, obviously, that should have been beamed to the destination as well.
You little stinking... I got me. You got me, though.
It's a little strange situation. You know, people are saying that this instantaneous kinesis is scientifically impossible. We're still basing the arguments on the assumption that it actually did take place. I mean, until we can discover how he was really transported. All right, time to tighten the screws here. That is so cringe. I love it. My lord, if the prosecution is unable to explain the inconsistency in this argument, we can only conclude the testimony given to support cannot be relied upon.
Ooh, going for the jugular, are you?
Lord Van Zeeks is stumped. Whoa! You can't be... Is that what I sound like? Oh my god! That scared the bejesus out of me! That sounds... I mean, he's real, but like... God, it sounds like he's right next to me! I gotta lower that or something.
You got something to say?
Yes, I know it. It bears out. The equation holds. Master Naruhodo, don't worry.
About what? I'm full of worry, actually.
Well, without delving into the details, there's no inconsistencies.
What are you doing?
even if Andrew had been lodged in Mr. Osmond's chest, I trust Tool wouldn't have moved. Andrew remaining on the stage is consistent with my calculations.
There are just no words. Let me guess, it only transports organic matter.
It would seem your illusions have been shattered. Clearly we should hear the accused's explanation. Or should I say, this brilliant scientist's explanation?
Oh, goodness. So much flattery in this chapter.
Just when I had found an inconsistency. Okay. Testify, Hairbrain.
Provide us with a scientific explanation for this inconsistency.
In the name of Apollo, I will, my lord.
What's he got to do with any of this? What? Wait, was he an alchemist? I guess that's kind of like science. I don't care anymore.
To be clear, I'm still at the stage of gathering data in my research. My current hypothesis states the kinesis cannot transport metal, though. Hence, the metal weapon would have stayed put. In other words, the point just raised by Mr. Naruhodo is a consistency at all. Mr. Osmond was the patron of my research. Without him, my work would have never been possible. Now I have a duty to protect the incredible machine.
I just turned into SpongeBob. I'm sorry. What happened to me? What happened to you, Hairbrain? Ah!
That was really weird. I don't know how I did that.
Come on, man. Get these cartoon voices figured out or something. God. So the thrust of your testimony, Professor, is...
Now, based upon his hypothesis, metal objects cannot be moved by the method of instantaneous kinesis.
In layman's terms?
In other words, since the screwdriver is made of metal, it would have remained lodged in the victim's chest. Its subsequent discovery on the stage, despite the victim being found elsewhere, is not an inconsistency.
Therefore,
Professor Albert Hairbrain could still have been the killer.
My great hypothesis holds, you see. We have to make the cage used to contain the subject made from wood for that very reason.
I was not addressing you, witness. I didn't ask. Who asked?
Hairbrain, please stop talking.
I don't want to.
Whose side are you on here?
I don't take sides, Mr. Naruhodo. No. My only interest lies upon my hypothesis. I'm a scientist, after all.
Jesus Christ. Is he working for us or against us? It's hard to tell.
Let's see how you'll cross-examine this testimony, my Nipponese friend.
He didn't say learned.
Yeah, fire away, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't mind.
Okay. Let's get down to it. The inconsistency. What do we have? Okay, so we just obviously have to look at this. Oh, dump! His things are made out of wood? Yeah, wait. Oh. His glasses wouldn't be transported. Is that it? Hold on. This cage, yes, is made of metal. Or wood, excuse me. There's clearly... I mean, gold is... You know, that's one of the... I don't know. We'll see. Let's just find a place where that would go. It cannot transport metal, though. What about gold? Your hypothesis states... Is that proven, then?
No, not of course. It's merely a hypothesis, but a good one based on thousands of calculations. And it would widely known that metals cannot be decompressed by electro...
That's why there's metals in cell phone, or there's gold in cell phones. Right. They're conductive.
So I am right. My hypothesis is clearly correct.
What is it about incriminating himself that makes him so happy? He's having a field day here, and he's about to go to jail forever.
The whole reason the birdcage is made of wood, you see.
Sorry, the bird cage?
Yes, that's what I call the C. Abutusa cage, in which Mr. Osmond was placed in the kinesis.
It even shows it for us.
The jail cell which the victim was determined it does indeed.
The jail cell which the victim was detained does indeed seem to be made of timber.
I think to refer to it as an instrument of incarceration, Lord. I don't want the idea of that in the court right now.
In short, any weapon lost in the victim would be beamed away by instantaneous kinesis. Would have been left on the stage, as it were.
Well, yeah, that's right. It perfectly fits with the mathematical model.
Which we already know his numbers are off.
The ultimate conclusion, then, is the defendant alone in the opportunity to inflict the fatal injury.
Well...
He says,
Someone beam me out of this nightmare. Okay, I'm just gonna double check before I start poking, but my words raised by Norho isn't consistent at all. As soon as patron in my research, this is all not useful. Duty to protect the incredible man. Alright, incredible machine, whatever. Cannot transport metal. Just checking? I mean, we only have so many clues. It has to be this.
Objection.
Look at his glasses, bro. Come on. Hairbrain, you said according to your hypothesis, nothing made of metal could be beamed across. Is that it?
Well, yes, that's right. Spot on, excellently correct.
In that case, I'd like you to take a look at this photograph.
All right. Yes, he's a rather dapper fellow. Very wealthy.
In particular, I'd like you to pay attention to the victim's face. You can clearly see Asmon has spectacles with a metal rim.
What? Metal? That's not... No!
We were already established the proposed murder weapon, the screwdriver, right? However, if your hypothesis correctly predicted that outcome, it should also predicted that the metal rim spectacles would be found at the same place. Why is there a discrepancy? Yeah.
My hypothesis!
Professor Hairbrain, this isn't easy for me to say. But your hypothesis is clearly flawed. And I'm not even a scientist! Oh, that was easy. Frick.
Order. Oh my god. What is the implications of this?
If on the day in question, the alleged instantaneous kinesis never actually took place, then it's entirely possible the victim was killed somewhere other than on the stage. In that question, someone other than the defendant could have been the culprit.
But my hypothesis, it's sound. I proved it all that day. The experiment was a success. The experiment was proof of all my work.
I could say something here. My capacity as a fellow of the Royal Society.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
As a man of science, there's one thing I simply cannot abide. And that's a fraud who pretends to be a fellow man of science.
Whoa. Wait, great Scott! Are you suggesting my science is suspect?
It's just been disproved, hasn't it? In front of all of us. In other words, the whole demonstration was a complete nonsense from start to finish. Believe me, my fellow jurors, when I tell you that this man is a heel, a boulder, and a fraud.
Wait, Frick.
I say the wreckage of that machine should be stripped down thoroughly and examined.
What's wrong though?
I realize I'm a distant cousin of the judge.
Never! The machine is the essence of my entire hypothesis, my entire life! You're protected by the Special Dispensation Act, right?
What the devil's that blasted act all about, huh? Who made that daft rule?
I don't like the way this is going. I feel like we're gonna need a summation again. What's the best way for me to help the professor? I don't know. I don't have any evidence right now. We still don't know what the frick this is. That's really weird. Mysterious contraption. Wait, if this is a crossbow? Dude. There you go. That's what did him in. But who would have done that? This was hidden deliberately. Who the dump? They could have shot Odie. Or the machinist. I mean, you need a heck of an aim, but I mean, I think we should just let this play out. I'm sorry. I don't know. I could try, but maybe I should watch and wait for the time.
My feeling is that the machine requires a thorough examination.
But what about this special dispensation that's been mentioned? Oh, gosh, this is all too much.
It determined that the machine itself was the murder weapon. I think you'll find the act won't apply. Of course it was a murder weapon. Anyone could see that plain as day. Sure, we're all in agreement, are we? That machine could be stripped.
Ow. If I don't do something, they'll... No, listen to me. Professor Harebrain was yet to perfect his invention. That should seem to be the case, yes? But even so...
So what?
Going to such trouble and expense to create a fake machine to display in public? He would have absolutely no reason to do such a thing.
Objection!
No, that's not right, Oro.
Got an obvious reason to do exactly that. For the research grant.
Yeah...
The government was foolish enough to deem the man's ridiculous notion plausible. He and his conspirators would have received a handsome sum indeed.
Conspirators,
What would be the value of such a grant? 10 pounds?
No, you're an order of magnitude out, madam. 500 pounds a year.
Whoa.
Oh, you could live a handsome at that such a money.
For years. So freaking, it's so funny. I can't stop grinning. Oh my god. So stupid. Can we just get back to juror number 5, please?
The society noticed an increase in bogus public demonstrations in the field of science recently, and plenty of scientists arguing with each other to get the latest slice of fun and cake. It was greed is plenty motive enough for murder, I assure you.
Yeah, we've known this for a while. I guess now it's out in the open for everybody.
No, I haven't deceived anyone. Least of all the government. My hypothesis is sound. The science is sound. Please, you must believe me, even though I killed a man. I mean, I didn't.
No matter how unbelievable this hypothesis may be to you, ladies and gentlemen, the fact remains the victim was transported instantly to the Crystal Tower.
Which means the experiment was a success.
Finally, Baroque's on my side.
Therefore, the only person who could have possibly committed this murder is the accused.
So much for that. Baroque.
Baroque? Is that it? That can't be that. I'll go with Baroque, even though it's not how you spell Baroque. Where is this heading? I have no idea.
My lord, if I may.
Yeah. The prosecution would like to summon new witnesses.
No.
What would be the nature?
They were spectators of the demonstration at the exhibit,
or were occupying special seats.
Special seats? What? To his show? Or just the whole event?
Very well, the court grants the prosecution request. So we'd very much like to hear the eyewitness.
Oh, wait, who are these new characters? Or character?
Prosecution's stance is clear. The experiment has no postiche. The accused killed the financier victim there on the public stage from the very eyes of the spectators.
It's just plural.
Now, my learned friend,
Yeah.
It's time for you to make your own stance clear.
Are you? I guess. It's clearly a flaw in the professor's hypothesis. I can definitely see that. But where does that leave me? I can't explain how that thing got over there.
We shall take a short recess then, during which time the prosecution will prepare its new witness to take the stand.
With pleasure.
All right. Course adjourned. Well, that was quick. Who are these new witnesses? Or witness? I don't know. I just want to see new character designs. Oh, come on.